So I have another one that I've recently been asked to review, and this one came from LinkedIn as well. It was one of my LinkedIn subscribers who recommended that I review an article. So I'm going to go ahead and deep dive into this. I'm going to give you feedback as I go, but this is probably going to take the entire 15 minutes, so I'm not going to give you any upfront preview. So here we go. If you search for AI Technical Program Manager career advice, you'll find two things: job postings and generic reassurance that your skills transfer. What you won't find is anyone mapping the actual landscape, showing which companies expect what and where your existing experience actually gets you. I have spent the last 3 years at a cybersecurity company during its AI transformation, watching how AI products actually ship. I've analyzed job descriptions across dozens of companies, including three tiers: frontier AI, AI applied to business, and AI powered applications. AI TPM roles vary more than the job title suggests. Some require deep fluency in model development. Others require working knowledge of how to ship AI-powered products without building models yourself. This distinction matters because it defines the depth of your technical pivot. It determines whether you need to master the physics of model development and the orchestration of AI-powered systems, or the strategic integration of AI into existing workflows. So let's pause there for a second. So I think this is going to be a deep dive into the AI technical project manager role. And what I can tell you is this exists. So let's continue. Where the AI jobs actually are. According to Menlo Ventures 2025 State of Generative AI report, enterprise AI spend on software and services hit $37 billion in 2025, up 3.2x year over year. This is the fastest scaling software category in history. That money flows to three types of work: building foundation models, applying AI to business problems, and integrating AI into existing products. Let's pause there. So I can tell you that this is something I definitely see, and it is true. The part where we integrate is applying AI to help solve business problems. We do teach a lot about the others, but that's really our forte at Agile Dad. But spending categories don't map cleanly to TPM roles. A tier 1 company might need both deep model expertise and productization. They might need both of those types of TPMs. That makes sense. A tier 2 company might need everything the ML pipeline specialists to integration experts. The point is where the opportunity sits, not where the dollars flow. 76% of all solutions are now purchased rather than built, up from 53% in 2024. Companies are buying AI capabilities, not building them from scratch. And that means the majority of AI TPM roles are about integrating and operationalizing AI, not training foundation models how to do it. But what does it actually take to succeed as an AI TPM? It starts with an understanding of what AI fluency really means. So I define AI fluency for TPMs as the ability to understand AI ML concepts well enough to facilitate technical decisions, ask the right questions, and translate between ML engineers and business stakeholders. You're not building models. You're making sure the right models ship. The required level of AI fluency varies by tier. So tier 1 is what we call frontier AI. This is a research or foundation level model. So Anthropic, OpenAI, DeepMind, etc. So the AI fluency required there is very deep. You must understand model training, evals, compute. You have to understand all those things. Then there's tier 2, which is AI applied to business. This is kind of where I live. Product AI teams, meta ads ranking, Stripe risk, Netflix recommendations. This is understanding ML pipelines, A/B testing, model metrics, prompt engineering, responsible AI, and agent evaluation. This is a great place to sit. And then tier 3 is AI-powered applications. AI feature integration, ServiceNow, Workday, Atlassian, etc. It's conversational. Evaluate AI solutions, define quality gates, discuss feature substantivity, etc. So one clarification: a company's tier and a roles tier are not the same. Meta built Llama, but the ads ranking TPM role is tier 2. Google has DeepMind, but the most cases across the company span the full range from tier 1 research programs to tier 2 product AI to tier 3 platform work. The question isn't is this an AI company? It is, what does the specific role within a company require on the AI scale? That makes a lot more sense. So if you're looking for tier one frontier API with deep fluency, these are the roles of companies push the boundaries on AI's capabilities. So they're computing capacity planning, model evaluation, research to production handoffs, infrastructure management, AI safety policies, all those good things. From actual Anthropic JDs, drive execution of complete capacity planning and allocation, orchestrating complex model launches, contributing to initiatives related to security commitments and Anthropic's responsible scaling policy. This is fundamentally different work. If you don't know what RLHF means or why compute allocation matters, you need to close that gap before these roles are even realistic. Okay, so we're about a third of the way through the article, and what I can tell you is this is really interesting. I like this three-tiered approach. Let's continue. Tier 2 is AI applied to business or working fluency related. These roles apply to AI ML to core business problems. TPMs manage ML-powered products, but don't work on foundational model development. So examples they give are ML pipeline coordination, feature engineering, model training, deployment, A/B testing at scale, experimentation, frameworks, statistical significance, model performance metrics, precision, recall, latency, and business KPIs, cross-functional execution. This is the core TPM job. Roadmaps, dependencies, stakeholder alignment, etc. So from a meta ads ranking TPM JD, he says, partner with monetization engineering and ML ranking teams. Develop strategies on how to measure and improve revenue, scale ads, and recommendation technologies. So I like that. Most of the standard TPM work, roadmap, stakeholder management, execution, the AI specific piece, is understanding ML pipelines well enough to make sound program decisions. In practice, the fluency that matters on Tier 2 comes down to defining evaluation criteria that both ML engineers and sales leadership can align on, facilitating trade-off decisions between accuracy and latency, and building quality gates that predict production success. The ML team owns the models, the TPM owns the process that gets them shipped. And then there's Tier 3, AI-powered applications, conversational fluency required. These roles are focused on adding AI features to existing products. So TPMs manage AI-enhanced programs, but the core work is traditional still. So there's feature integration, vendor management, product launches, platform launches, etc. From a ServiceNow senior staff TPM JD, drive technical programs across platform engineering, partner with engineering leadership on roadmap execution, establish operating cadences and governance. And this is traditional TPM work with an AI layer. You need to understand what AI features do, evaluate vendor solutions, and define quality gates, but you're not managing the entire project or pipeline. Things I wish I would have known. For Tier 3, you probably already qualify. You need enough AI fluency to evaluate solutions and define quality gates, not ML expertise. A few weeks of focused learning and one hands-on project, and you're there. All right, for Tier 2, AI applied to business, that one's a little more. Yeah, most of what's needed. ML pipeline understanding, evaluation metrics, and A/B testing at scale are learnable in 3 to 6 months with a little bit of focused effort. And then for Tier 1, which is Frontier AI, this requires a genuine investment of plan for at least 6 to 12 months of serious coursework and hands-on projects with adjacent experience. This barrier depends entirely on which tier you're targeting. And here's the good news. Most AI TPM jobs are for Tier 2 and Tier 3 frontier companies, or for Tier 2 and Tier 3. Frontier companies are growing fast but remain relatively small, like Anthropic and OpenAI each have over a few thousand employees at this point. The real volume is the companies applying AI to business problems or adding AI features to existing products. That's where the traditional TPM skills translate most directly. It doesn't mean Tier 1 is out of reach. It just means you're having options while you're moving in towards it. So where's all this AI stuff heading? That's the big $6 million question. My honest answer, no one knows exactly No one's going to know how it shakes out, but I'm watching three forces. One is fine-tuning divide. Generic AI APIs lead to generic products. Companies serious about moat building will fine-tune the proprietary data. This shifts them from tier 3 to tier 2, and if you're one of these companies, your fluency requirements have just changed. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is the orchestration problem. As AI agents proliferate, the hardest work won't be turning individual models. It'll be architecting how they work together. Think less ML pipeline TPM and more AI systems architect. This could become its own tier. And then there's the ROI correction. After years of AI experiments, boards are demanding results. Some complex tier 2 projects will get scrapped in favor of simpler integrations that actually move the needle. The question becomes, does this make us money instead of the current, how sophisticated is the AI technology we're trying to use? My bet, TPMs who thrive will be architects of AI-powered systems, not just integrate AI services, but regardless of which prediction plays out, the TPM fundamentals, shipping, cross-functional alignment, knowing when to cut scope, become more valuable, not less valuable. The models will evolve, but the need for someone to cross-align humans and align humans in general, the need for someone to align humans around them won't. It just won't work. So I hope you understand this high level, and I hope you see where you are in the tier 1 and the tier 2 and the tier 3. This article was well written. This article was also very, how shall I put it, very flat when it came to emotion, which I know is fine. But the truth is, this TPM landscape is definitely real. There are technical project managers out there. I call them technical analysts, you call them TPMs, but these people do exist. And I would argue that right now their role is evolutionary. And my hope is that over time it will become more standardized and more formal, because I can tell you right now that this is definitely going to be something that will work out in your behalf. So that's going to do it for today. I enjoyed the article. Thanks for sending it over. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, learn more at agiledad.com. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, I encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care. Bye now.